Welcome to Learn at Home program. My name is Golar Titus Gofan, Social Studies teacher, JS section. We are going to consider the topic common social problems. Common social problems. If you look around the society or the community where you are living, there are bound to be problems that surround us. And think about these problems like drug abuse, problems like rape, kidnapping, human trafficking, problems like corruption, even poverty, and many others. So how do we help ourselves out of these common problems? Or how do we solve these problems so that we will live well? It is important to have a discussion on that so that we'll be able to address the matter of common social problems. So what are common social problems? Common social problems are general problems that affect the society negatively. They affect the individual, they affect the society, they affect the family, they affect the nation, and even internationally. It is a very serious challenge that causes setback to development in most societies today. Now, there are some examples of common social problems that I would like us to look at. We have unemployment. Unemployment is a very serious challenge in our society today. Most students graduate from universities, colleges of education, polytechnics, monotechnics, and then there are no jobs. And then the opportunity for the students that are graduates is not given so that they will really put in what they have learned. So unemployment is a problem. We have divorce, problems in homes that leads to divorce. Terrorism is what is being faced in most of our nations today, where you see killings almost on a daily basis. Sexually transmitted infectious diseases. For example, HIV and AIDS. We will come to discuss the issue of HIV and AIDS in details as one of the common problems. Then we have kidnapping and ritual killings. And these more are problems like examination malpractice. We have cultism, where young people or some group of people go into secret things and do things that really brings the society down. Juvenile delinquency, where young people go into drugs, go into fighting. We have religious fanaticism or extremism. It is a very serious issue that is affecting our society today. When we talked of religious fanaticism, people interpret the religion in the way that suits them. And then they, act on such religious practices in such a way that it affects the society. And it is good for us to have an idea of what it entails to serve God faithfully, not being fanatic concerning religion. Gangsterism, ethnic conflicts in some of our societies and communities in Nigeria today. We see communities fighting each other. We see a different set of people fighting each other, maybe because of land or because of chieftaincy. All these are problems. And the major challenge again is corruption. Corruption in Nigeria has brought us back. Corruption in Nigeria has brought us back. It is important for us to know that corruption can never help us. Where there is no sincerity, there is no accountability in handling the finances of corporate organizations or government. In this lesson, we are going to look at basically examination malpractice. We are choosing one, and then we will now see what examination malpractice means and the cause of examination malpractice, the effect, and what is really driving students to go into examination malpractice. By definition, examination malpractice is anything done by anyone that is against the ethics of examination. Anything you do that is against the rules of engagement that concerns exams is examination malpractice. And when a student obtains an examination result that student does not actually merit it, is examination malpractice. So we are going to see the forms of examination malpractice. Examination malpractice has the following forms. Accessing questions before the date of exams. Yes, when you look at what is happening in our schools, universities, secondary schools, even down to the primary schools, you see students trying to access questions. There are some schools today that they pay in order to pass students. It is against the ethics of exams. It is very dangerous because at the end you will graduate students that cannot defend the results. You will graduate medical students that will go and operate wrongly and get people killed. So how do they get these questions? That is the question that those people that are involved in this should answer. But what we are trying to say is that we will come to see how we are going to discourage, going into examination malpractice. Bringing in prepared answers into the examination hall. Sometimes you see students will get the answers beforehand, and then before the time of the exams, they get somebody who knows maybe mathematics or English and give them the answers and write the answers, go into the examination hall with it. Or sometimes they copy in textbooks, sometimes impersonation. Impersonation is employing the services of somebody to come and help you write the exams. When you impersonate, it means that you are not the actual person that is writing the exams, but you are writing the examination for someone. Young people this day engage in this so much. They collect money from students that are not serious in the class, and they write exams for them. The exams results will come with very good grade, but the grade is not actually being defended by the person that the paper is carrying. Collaboration with invigilators. Sometimes our invigilators are not helping matters. Invigilators collaborate with the students that would want to cheat, and it will create a lot of problem. Use of mobile phones in the recent times. You see students going into the examination hall with phones, and they browse because the wall is a very small place. Now, what are the causes of examination malpractice? Parental influence. Yes, as I was trying to explain, the parents and guardians are sometimes not helping us. If you see a child that is not so serious in studying, it is the responsibility of the parents to be able to guide that child, to tell that child that that hard work pays, and make sure that these students study. And when they study, they will be able to get it right. But parents, sometimes they influence, this cheating during examination. It is important for us to identify this so that parents and guardians should be careful. Corruption on the part of schools. Yes, some schools go into partnership with examination bodies and get questions before the examination date. It's not helping us. Sometimes they would want the result of that school to be excellent and let the whole world say, oh, this school is always graduating students with A's and A's. But the reality is that they normally get these questions beforehand, and parents do pay for it. It is not right. Examination bodies like the WAEC, we have NECO in Nigeria, and some other examination bodies. There are some staff of these examination bodies that involve themselves in these examination malpractices. They get these questions and give them out. Sometimes they even print certificates and then give students results that they do not merit, and it is not good. Ineffective preparation and laziness. Yes, most of our children today, sometimes they are ineffective. Why? Because they are lazy. They are so lazy to study. They feel, oh, everything should just come just like that. But it is not so. We are presenting this topic so that you will understand that, yes, you have to be prepared before you get into the examination hall. Fear of failure. Some students engage themselves in examination malpractice because they are afraid of failing. When they are afraid of failure because they don't take time to study, it will push them to cheat, and that is not right. Ineffective supervision. Yes, I can link this with the examination bodies, the invigilators, and even the examiners. Sometimes even the teachers, we are not helping matters as teachers. We should be able to stand on our ground to make sure that we encourage hard work by our students. Now, what do you think are some of the effects of examination malpractice? I have some few points here that I want us to look at. Disgrace and shame. Yes, when a student cheats during examination and he or she is caught, it's a shameful thing. Sometimes you see the student goes in with written papers on the pieces of papers. They will hide them in their uniforms or in their shoes or write on their palms. You know, and all this, when you are caught, it is a disgrace to you as a person. It is a disgrace to the society. It is a disgrace to your family. So it is good to know that it's a shameful thing because there is a punishment for that. We are going to look at some of the punishment that are supposed to be given for those that are caught cheating during exams. Loss of confidence in exams. Yes, if we continue like this, the way the society is going, where children don't want to study, they would want to cheat rather, there will be loss of confidence in examination. People will not have confidence in the schools again. When they graduate students, you know, even organizations that would want to engage them in work, they will not be confident of them again. Fall in examination standard. Yes, can the examination standards fall? The standard is there, but it is falling in the sense that when the results comes out, and if you have more than 60 or 70% failure, it means there's a problem. It means there's a problem. Students would want to pass only when they are given the chance to cheat during exams. Inefficiency in workplace. Such students that cheat during exams and graduate with very, very good results, when they are employed, maybe with 2-1, and then they give such a graduate assistant, for example, in the university, you could imagine what such a student will do, that teacher will do, that lecturer will do. That lecturer has no knowledge. Somebody wrote for him, or he just bought the certificate, and he's not really helping us. You find a pharmacist who graduates as a pharmacist that cannot really identify which drug is which one, or a medical doctor that you are supposed to operate on appendicitis, and then you are doing it, you are cutting somebody on the wrong side. So these are some of the challenges. Inefficiency in workplace, promotion of corruption. When we do that, we are encouraging corruption, and it is not going to help us. What do you think are the solutions to examination malpractice in our educational institutions today? Think about that. Let's think about that as we reflect about this topic. What do you think are the solutions to these problems? Because if we don't work out how we will get the problem solved, we will continue to have challenges in our nation. One, students that cheat during exams should be sanctioned. Yes, I know there's a law that punished any student that is caught cheating during exams. I think the punishment is 21 years imprisonment. So if you are a young man of 20 years and maybe you cheat, you go spend 21 years, by the time you come out, you are already an old person. So there should be punishment for those that cheat during exam. Good study or reading habits should be encouraged. Yes, both teachers, parents, and guardians should encourage their children to study hard, to read and study hard. Hard work pays. Counseling of students in schools by guidance counselors is very important. That's why in all our secondary schools, in all our primary schools, we have guidance counselors, and their responsibility is to counsel the students and the children on the need for hard work and not to cheat during exams. Is very important. Proper supervision of examinations by WAEC. We have NACO and other examination bodies. There should be strict monitoring. There should be strict supervision. When we have strict supervision and monitoring, we will get the right thing, and then we will move forward. Parents and guardians should teach their children to study, and we know that it will really help. I have this evaluation for us. In the course of this lesson, you should now take your exercise books for social studies and then copy down these questions And I expect you to find out answers to these questions. And number one, even as you answer the questions, is explain the meaning of common social problems. Explain the meaning of common social problems. Secondly, state 5 examples of common social problems. There are so many of them out there. Just state 5 of them. Then what is examination malpractice? You should be able to define or explain the meaning of examination malpractice. Enumerate 4 effects of examination malpractice. You have this home task. Copy the home task also in your exercise book. It's very important that you have to do it, because in our next lesson, we will be reviewing what we are studying now. Outline 5 ways of solving the problem of examination malpractice in our educational institutions today. Only 5 ways of solving the problem of examination malpractice in our schools today. This brings us to the end of our lesson today. I remain Golar Titus Gofon. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye for now.